In this video, we're going to talk about positive attitude and positive habits. When we think of a habit, we think of a negative one, but there's also positive habits. There's positive thinking, there's positive attitude, positive mindset. All the habits occur in the mind first. And the thing that people really do not focus on the most, and actually should, is their habits. It's their daily automation. And a lot of people, they make the mistake of actually not even understanding where their habits come from in the first place. So what is a habit? How does it manifest itself? And how can you fix it? Well, the good news is habits can easily change. Habits are usually formed over a period of repetitions. A lot of people don't understand that habits affect their physicality, their wellness, their mindset, their health. It doesn't just affect visible things. Like a visible negative habit, of course, would be biting your nails or smoking. But a habit that you can't see and you can't feel and you can't touch is a negative habit, and that's what I want to talk about today. There's a lot of people that are negative thinkers, and they learnt that through experience, and they learnt that just because by way of repetition, it's what they seem to do over and over again. You know those negative people where they always find fault with something. So if you say it's a beautiful day out there, the sky's blue and everything's fantastic, they'll find a way to say, but yes,
a storm's coming, or the clouds are coming, or yes, but later on it's going to rain.
You know, those negative thinkers are only doing it because it's a habit to them. So if you're a negative thinker, or if you're suffering with anxiety or even depression, you have to wonder how that first happened, because when you were a kid, when you were a baby, you didn't actually have that habit. You didn't have any of these habits. In fact, you learnt them in your informative years, which now as an adult find it difficult to fix. So the good news with habits, it's almost like when you plant a seed. So imagine you're a gardener just for a second, and you've got a seed and you want to grow something. Well, the first thing you do, of course, is you find fertile ground. So imagine your mind is fertile. So your mind only responds and reacts to the way it was trained and the way it was taught. So first and foremost, you have to teach your brain how to be fertile, right, and how to be receptive. And you can do that by taking classes, listening to podcasts, audiobooks, watching videos like this, getting hypnotized, but doing something that creates a fertile mind. Because if your mind is already cluttered and already in a state of chaos, it's not fertile. So step one for a habit to be changed is create an environment where you have a fertile mind that is receptive to new ideas, okay? Now, once you've got that fertile ground, it's almost like going back to the gardener. You have this soil, and now you can plant the seed. Now, when you plant the seed, one of the things you do is you get rid of the weeds. You know, you get rid of those things that would destroy your flower or destroy your plant. And the way you do that, of course, is dig around and make sure that there is no weeds lying around and get rid of them. So for you, in your mind, you're going to get rid of all the weeds and all the anchors and all the people that are helping you with that negative thought process. And then once you've done that, you're going to follow simple steps of watering and nurturing and watering that seed so it can grow. So in your mind, you're going to nurture yourself by taking a wellness class, or just thinking things into existence, or learning the law of attraction, or learning self-hypnosis. But you need to do something that is going to frame your mind correctly so that you're able to be in a fertile state of mind where positive changes can happen and positive changes can become a reality. So once you've done that, once you've done the preparation, now you're ready to make an effective habit change. So one of the common things that I run into all the time is people that are trying to lose weight. You know, people that want to lose weight, but the problem is in their mind they've already decided that it's not going to work, or in their mind they've already decided that it's going to fail, or it's just another weight loss program, and how can they possibly lose weight? So understand, you have to create your mindset in order for your habit to shift. Now the good news is every habit that we have is temporary. It's temporary as long as we decide and choose it to be temporary. We can change our habits as fast as we want to change them. We can always change our habits and change our behavior and change our belief system just by thinking it into existence. So when people are trying to, and I use the word try because try means fail, when people are trying to lose weight or trying to stop smoking, they normally operate from the wrong part of the brain. They operate from the critical thinking brain, the conscious mind, when in reality they should be actually operating in the subconscious mind, which is where all your habits and your behaviors lie. And in order to operate into the subconscious mind, you have to dig deep and remove all that critical thinking, all the naysayers and all the doubts and all the things that would prevent you from actually creating a habit change. And for something to change, you must change. You must change the way you think. You must change your mindset. You must change your viewpoint and your belief system. And you must interrupt your pattern of what you do every single day. You see, patterns and behaviors correlate directly to your habits on a daily basis. One of the ways to really change something about yourself is to do something that you've never done before, like travel, or it's to go on a zip line, or it's to do something like, I don't know, hang gliding, or whatever it might be, but you would do something that you don't ordinarily do. That creates a pattern interrupt. Listen, if all you're used to doing is getting up out of bed, checking your phone, checking your messages, going to work, going on Facebook, sitting in front of the TV, if you're in a repetition that you have dinner at 6 and you have lunch at 12 and you skip breakfast and you do things every single day, and if you're doing repetitive habits, you're not going to be able to install positive change in your life, because nothing's altered, nothing's physically changed. Everything stays the same. It's the same state of consciousness or subconscious thinking. So you need to get out there and do something different. And it doesn't really matter what it is. It could be free. It could be going for a walk if that's something you don't normally do, or traveling, or just going to a different town or a different city, or even just going somewhere for a weekend. But as long as it's different, then you can actually begin to analyze what it is you need to change and displace yourself, if you will. And that could mean just going on a city break or just taking time out. That's why retreats are successful, and that's why hiring a mentor is successful. One of the really powerful tools is self-hypnosis and mindfulness, and actually putting yourself in a Zen state, putting yourself in a level of deep, profound concentration where you're able to have your mind be receptive to some of the ideas and suggestions that you're about to give yourself or somebody else is about to give you. And then once your mind is set up in a fertile place, and once it's set up to achieve success, then it's a case of reprogramming and reframing and regrouping those habits. Now, sometimes when people say, oh my God, I have a really big habit or a really bad habit, it isn't a big habit and it isn't a bad habit. It's a small habit with micro steps and small elements of change. You can affect that change. Now, to affect positive change, the micro steps win the day. It's the small things that you do on a daily basis that will give you the most success. You can't go on a diet and expect a miracle to happen overnight, or you can't automatically one day wake up and say, that's it, no more chocolate, no more cookies and no more candy, because of course it's unsustainable. So you have to do things in small steps. You have to create an action plan. You have to create something deliberately in your mind so that your body follows through. And you have to do something with intent over a period of time. You'll be surprised and amazed at just how quickly you get success. Trust yourself, trust your judgment, be positive this year and do things for yourself. Get rid of those shackles and those anchors and those negative habits that have been hanging around you for too long, and think yourself into a new way of living and live your way into a new level of thinking. Just change, improve, and be good to yourself, be kind to yourself and love yourself. Do things for yourself and reward yourself. You've got this, you can do it. You've got this, you can do it. You've got this, you can do it. You've got this, you can do it.
You've got this, you can do it.
You've got this, you can do it.
I'm Richard Barker, the Incredible Hypnotist. Hope you're having a good time wherever you are, and I'll talk to you